My name's Robert McTaggart. This is why I feel alive. What makes me feel alive is playing my musical instruments and going for walks and stuff and reading and eating. Eating's good. And people. I really like people.
I'm Anna B. McTaggart, and what makes me feel alive is having Jesus in my heart and training dogs and riding horses and sheep and doing sheep. That's what makes me feel alive.
Hi, I'm Gina. I'm here with friends in the Highlands, and that's one of the things that makes me feel alive, is being with friends and like-minded believers. And one of the most important things in my life is my husband and my 5 children and my grandchild, and that always makes me feel alive. And one other little thing is my netball. I still play netball, and that's fantastic, and that really makes me feel alive, playing with lots of younger people when you're in your 50s. That's it.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers dying. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis
What makes you feel really alive?
Getting up in the morning and being alive. Right?
Thank you. Great. I'm really conscious this journey that it might well be my last journey, certainly my last rough one like this, where I'm searching for places to stay this late at night in a relatively cold place. Anyway, I'll stop talking, I think, and just show you the view, because man, it's pretty fantastic. I think I've kind of got myself in perspective a bit more today. I was talking to some big family of Christian people, and they were saying, so where are you going? And I said, oh, I'm just going around this island. And the kid was going, what island? And the dad said, oh, he's just being modest. And that felt really good. So that's what I'm going to be saying now. Yeah, I'm just going on a quick bike ride around the island. I put my tent down and I've lit a fire, and this is really gorgeous, beautiful. It's a real joy, and I'm kind of reflecting on the way in which I've had a lot of this kind of joy in my life, this kind of solo trip, boy's own adventure. I was just thinking that was one description. Kind of I set off, and I kind of tracing it back, you know, being at school, and there were some bullies in the end of my school when I was like 14, 15. And what I reflected on later is I had a really tight-knit group of friends, and none of them came to help me with the bullies. At the time it didn't even cross my mind, but I got kicked out of that school eventually for not going to church. Can you believe it? Although that was just one of the reasons, because I actually was quite a naughty boy, really. Only small things, but I was a rebel, essentially. And yeah, I look back on that experience, and I think after I finished that, I wondered where all my friends were. Once I got kicked out, I was like, where are my friends? Where are these people? And I think that maybe sparked that really independent streak in me. That, and not feeling like I could really confide in my parents, My brothers had slightly different views, so I felt kind of alone, I suppose. I felt kind of out on a journey on my own. And I also look back and think, I lived this privileged education, really, essentially. This really strange experience. Anybody who goes to like a boarding school, like a public school, has a very weird experience. Privileged and lucky because your parents have managed to send you there, and so that's all you know, because that's what you were as a child. You were sent there. And yet now I look at it and I think, what a weird thing to do, send a child there. Oh, one car every half an hour, that's the one car. Yeah, what a weird thing to do, to give your child that experience of all the experiences they could have. Admittedly, any school in England's pretty weird, I would say. It doesn't prepare you for life, essentially. It's really strange what our education system's trying to instill in children. Real life, it seems to me, is much more about practical things, about how to physically do things. It's also about how to connect with our spiritual side, our sexual side, our deeper side. So much of that is lost and never even covered in schooling, most schooling. So as a young adult, I went out and did lots of adventures on my own, backpacking around the world, many years really. But that got me ingrained, it was fantastic to do it, but it got me ingrained in the idea that I can achieve those things if I do them on their own, if I do them on my own. But I've really come to a point in my life, and I'm nearly 50 now, and I realise that what I really crave is that connection, that desire to do something together, collectively, to be part of something, to be, even if it's just two people. I have this fantastic wife and a fantastic daughter who really give me a lot of that sense of connection. But I realise what I want is, although I can create these incredible experiences like tonight, it really is fantastic to be here on my own. I also recognise that would like to be sharing it. I'd like to be laughing and talking and sharing, loving. And yet I spend my working life doing that, trying to support other people, trying to support them to not feel alone, to break through any damaging patterns they have. And yet I recognise how much I come back to my old pattern of travelling alone, of trying to make it myself safe. It's a known pathway. And I would like to be more with others. I'd like to be more loved. I would like to be more connected, both to others and to myself and to nature. And yet, as it is a beautiful thing. And so, right now, I'm not going to dwell on the missed people or the missed opportunity or the what if. I'm going to light this fire again, this smouldering fire. And I'm going to thank my lucky stars that the wind is low, my tent is up, and I'm in this fantastically beautiful place. Who knows, maybe the last time on a great adventure on my own. Maybe from now on I'll go with others. I probably won't all the time. But now is now. And I'm just going to appreciate it and soak it in. I'd like to see more of this kind of taught in schools, I think, just self-sufficiency. Okay, I get that there's some value in learning maths and English and so on, but to know the kings of England for the last 300 years, what on earth are we doing teaching our children these sort of things? I'd like children to learn stuff about how to mend punctures, maybe how to build fires, how to camp, how to kind of feel as though they're not just at the mercy of phones and computers. Computers and phones are fantastic in their place, but not just at the mercy of them, not just kind of lost if they don't have them. So I'd like to see this in the education of children. I mean, what are we talking about education if we're not talking about things like being able to survive without a phone, and also to look inside ourselves and inside our spirituality, our sexuality, our inner feelings, and how to get in touch with ourselves. I believe that good mental health, which is what I coach people in, is all about connection to self. It's all about spending time with the self. And again, that means away from phones and computers and so on, being able to be So in many ways, as I'm just realising this moment, this is extremely good practice, training, whatever that may be called, for my own mental health, for my own mental balance. I think I had very good mental balance over the last 20, 30 years. And I think a lot of that is from spending time with myself, from learning to be calm, realising that if I'm angry or frustrated at something, that's my stuff. It's not to be blamed on someone else or society or anything like that, which is the very easy thing to do. So I'm really recognising that this is a really valuable experience on many levels, not least just to be able to spend time with myself, to be able to be with nature, and to trust that the weather's going to be alright, that I'm going to be alright, that no monsters are going to come out of the wildness. It was certainly very remote feeling last night, but I had total confidence that interestingly, I will admit that before I came out, I did check, does Highlands of Scotland have any bears still? Embarrassing to admit, I know, but I just wanted to check that there was no kind of wild animals, or wolves as well I checked for. And yeah, they don't now. They are thinking of introducing them again, though, wolves. I'm not sure they'll introduce bears. The hills of Spain have bears, and I think Bulgaria and some other places. And of course here did have bears not long ago. Now that would probably put me off camping. Maybe. No, I probably would still, if I had some sort of precautions. Because this is a fantastic experience. I'm really loving it. LA is a great big freeway. You can take us home and buy a car. Make me a star. Dreams coming to head. So, what's your name?
Deirdre.
Deirdre, very nice to meet you, Deirdre, the first cycle tourist. What really makes you feel alive?
I think being on my bike, having everything I need for the day with me, being free, not having little things that I need to do, difference in scenery, just being out of doors. I think bottom line is out of doors.
Fantastic, thank you so much. Ooh, what a background this is. Just having a really interesting chat about being independent and what the downsides are as well as the upsides. She has cycled everywhere, Asia, South America. She's just on it. She is 68 years old. I cannot Adam and Eve it and she looks amazing. It's clearly doing her a lot of good. Anyway, look, it's turned more into kind of moorland and big valleys. Like Wales now. Oh, there's a bit of something on the lens.
A bit of rain.
Yeah. What makes you feel really alive?
Just being out here and living on your own, coping for yourself, and just loving it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Do you know what those geese are?
Those ones in the sky, they're geese. Goodness. And some famous chocolate coffee shop, which I just went to, which is really nice. And I've been having a nice chat.
We've got a lot ahead of us. We're not doing this alone. So got strong hearts, got a lot of faith and trust. Bring it on me. Someday, soon. I'm staying right On this distance, trouble